covering today is on making of a landscape, and I will tell you a very fast landscape and the tips on how to make the landscape quick. So before we start, if you are joining for the first time and have not subscribed, please subscribe the channel, and we are starting separate section with separate channels on different art forms soon. So you will get the information on this. So I want you to be updated and stay connected with us so that you don't miss out on any action. Let's quickly start. So I am making a rough outline of what I am doing, and maybe you will not see what I am doing because the color pencil I am using is very light. So whenever you use watercolor, you have to see this thing, that the pencil which you use, try to keep it light so that the mark of the pencil are not visible. This is a forest scene which I am creating. So I am just making it enough so that the pencil marks are visible to me, but they are not visible in the drawing. They have to be kept light. So just a mark, and the tree end at the top is not visible because I want to show it is very long and it is in width. Therefore, and the other drawings which are here, I will draw with the color directly. There is a pathway in the forest which I am creating, and during the session I will be showing you what to do. So let's start. So I want to create a light background, and it is a early morning scene. Therefore, what I am doing, I am using a sponge and I am making this area wet, and this area is wet because I want to use light in this. So I have taken a sponge, and this is so that the area gets wet quickly. Otherwise you can do it with brush also. It is nothing complicated. So I am just making it wet, and the remaining area I will do with brush. So after I have applied, and you will see that I have not pasted the paper, I have not pasted the paper on the board because I want to keep it freely moving. So when you are using watercolor, the first thing you have to keep in mind is using starting from the light area. Whenever you are painting, start coloring and painting from the light area and then go on to the dark area. So this area is light and it is having a very light brown uh, in the trees, and the sky is, the mist is shown in the form of very light blue, and the blue is also not actually blue, it is like this, like I have rubbed here, and I have to use blue and then keep it very light. The tone is blue, but the effect is very light. Now it is warm, therefore the color and the water will dry quickly. So therefore I have used more of the water in this. Now this area and this area is light blue, therefore I am using light blue in the lower area, and the blue is actually not full blue, it is slightly dirty blue but kept very light with water. So you will see that we don't use too much of the color. I am using more of water and making it light, and the wet paper will help me in mixing the color fast. That is why I have done it. Towards this side there is more of whiteness and less of blue, so because there is more light coming from this area. So first we start from the lighter area and then we will be done after this. So you have to start from light tone, then go on to the darker tone. So this was the lighter area in the forest. I'll wait for this to dry. In the meantime, I am going to the next area, which is the green part. And in the green part, I have to use yellow, and it is golden yellow to be used. And there are trees which are reaching till here. So I have done light yellow. This is the greenery and the dry grass which is in the forest. And in between then I will use green and dark green to give detail to it. Now there is a tree here. We will come to it after some time when we have done the background. The other area will dry and then I will go on to the other part, which is the green area. Now this green, I have left some white in between. There I will use green and make it a grass effect. On the left side also there is a tree and there is grass, and the yellow and alternate shades of green and yellow are there. So I am just filling it with. So in watercolors we have to use different tones, and if you want to know what are the different tones, normally you will get different tones in the watercolors which you are using. But if you want to see that which type of tones and color you have to use, there is a link of video given below. You can check out that video. In that it is a link on color chart, and the color chart will help you in getting the right shade. I'll show you in a minute. You can check out the link below this video. This is the pathway which I have done. This is in having slightly light brown to show that there is soil in this area, and the area is in the forest, so there is no hard road or metal road. There is basically plain road with there is plain road and there is use of there is a soil. Now this area will dry. Let's wait for some more time. In the meantime, let's finish the lower area. Here the color of the grass will be slightly different because it is in the lower part and the shade will be slightly darker. So I am shading it with different green. Now the yellow is drying quickly, so I am filling it with green in between. So you have to fill the area in between, and the movement of the brush, you can see that I am doing it randomly. The dark green area I am leaving green, and light green, and there are some areas where there is a different greenish blue tone is there. So you can see, so the white area which is left here, here I will use blue but a light green to give it a different tone, because the grass cannot be same color everywhere. So the upward and downward movement of the brush will help in getting the effect of the grass. The other areas which have to be done, they will be done with the use of yellow and blue only. Now this side I have done the first layer, then in the second effect I will give the detail. There is not full green to be used, we have to vary change the green, because this area, this part of the green is away from light, this is facing light and this is away from light, so here the color will be slightly dark and it will be in bluish tone. So these are minor things which you will learn when you are doing more of the work, and there is nothing to complicate that which brush size and what should be done. Whatever you get, just paint. Don't complicate art. We have to just start and keep doing the work, because if one is good at watercolor, then he will understand the other mediums faster. Even if you are doing a digital art, then the digital art requires understanding of the different mediums. So you have to work with watercolors and become good at them, then you will become, then the other mediums will not remain difficult. So this is the first layer applied, the upper layer, then the upper part of the forest has dried. Let's do this area also. I am doing green. Near there is a tree here, so just near the tree the green will be slightly more, and towards the left side the green will be dark. So first layer you can apply with light green, over that then you can go with a dark layer and then vary the shade. So you are seeing the random movement of the brush, and I have to use light green and dark and the yellow in such a way that, just see in close up, the green and the light yellow have to be used in such a way that the dark green and the light yellow merge in each other, and the light yellow will give the effect of the grass. The dark green is not the grass, it is the dark shade on the dark. on the grass, and the dark green will help in creating the darker side of the grass. So I have left this area yellow now, and this I had left white. Now here I am doing green. So this is the first layer done. Then we can go on in detail. Now let's come on to the trees. We will use brown and a little bit of red, and inside it then you will use little bit of black to give a dark tone. So first I am applying a layer of brown, but with a layer of blue also. So keep some areas light. Now this right side I am keeping dark. Now in between the light I have left some areas white, where I will put a light tone of brown. In the upper area there has to be use of a little bit of blue, so I am doing blue in the upper area. This is to show height in the tree, and here a little bit of blue will come, then in between the brown will be there, and the same bluish effect in the tree. Normally the trees are painted brown, but brown is the basic, but we are doing it in a different way. So here I am doing it with a little bit of blue and merging it with little bit of brown. So you can see one side I have kept dark brown. So this will give the 3D effect on the trees. And the same bluish effect, the trees which are far away means which are away than which are in the background, they will be done with light blue, and they will have very less brown in them. So here I am doing blue, and in between I will put a layer of some brown in it. This is a fast watercolor. You will understand how do you give depth in the drawing. Now there are a lot of trees in the forest, therefore here I am creating more trees now. So use less color and more of water, and just paint trees with light blue. They will be shown growing in the background. So when you have to paint anything fast, then the color combination, the effect and the light sense matters. Even if you don't go into detail, you will be able to get the effect easily done. So there is a tree which I have done here. Now the light blue linings will help in giving the effect of trees in the background, and the forest is having lot of trees, therefore this light blue which I am doing will give the effect of trees in the background. Now here there is trees which will not be made long, just simple lines. You have to use at places blue and add a little bit of brown in them, and everywhere the shading and the tone in the blue will not be same. It will change according to yes, it will change according to the amount of light which is falling in the forest. Now there is a prominent tree everywhere. I can't show light trees, so here I want to show a thick tree but with brown and the same blue effect. So I will just use brown and use water and spread blue in it. So this creates the first layer of forests. Now I can add branches on the trees with the same color, and the tree branches will be thinner than the main stem. This is something which people forget, that upper area of the tree will be thin, and since you are painting in perspective, the upper areas of the tree will be shown light. So in the upper area the tree will be shown with more of the water. So whatever color you have used in the tree, in the upper area use more of the water and paint thin branches. Now this creates an effect of a arrangement of trees. Now let's come on to the leaves, the branches and the leaves. Since the branches, the tree is in the background, the leaves will not be shown with detail, but yes, you have to show somewhere. So I am giving the detail in the leaves. So you will use the green which is described in the color chart. If you have seen, watch that session on color chart. It will help you in getting and selecting the right shade. You don't need too many colors to get the shades. Just one or two colors are sufficient. this was dark, I am making it light. Some leaves will be shown light yellow, and when I will use water and color, then the color in the beginning will be dark. Once the color dries and the water dries, then it becomes dark. Now there is blue, there is green and yellow to be used, and you will not use dark color. Use yellow and use green for giving the outer line of the leaves. So you will see that leaves I am drawing with slight detail. I want to show that these leaves are closer to my eyes, and they will be shown with mixture of yellow in them. It will not be shown with one color, it will be shown with two shades. So these are leaf outline which I have created. With them I will use brush. Now this is the effect which will come out. The leaves I have made first. In between now I will create some branches. And the branches will be done by using the brown, blue and black. This will give it a dark tone. Now the white which I had left, there I can put light brown, add dark brown, and the black which I have made, it is a mixture of brown and green, yellow, and when I will mix it with the brown, it will give it a nice natural look. The brown should not be the brown which normally you get. It should be a mixture of different shades, and the whole tree will not have same light. The lower part of the tree will be dark. this is the fast effect of the tree which I want to create. Now there is a green section which I want to show here in this part. So let's do this. And little bit here also, and yellow above it. It will not be in continuation, but yes, the color will dry. It is looking dark now, but after some time when it will dry, it will become light. In this area I want to do with, not with yellow, but with and dark black tone. Now let's do branches. So thin branches, you can use a thin brush. I am using a thin brush and creating branches with the help of the black, brown, green which I have used. So this is going to be a fast watercolor. And some areas will have dark, some areas will have light. All the branches will not be dark because I want to show that the trees are in background. So the branches are also in background. Okay, so here now I'll add branches, and then over that I will add some leaves. So I have to add brown, use green, and then merge the color. So here I am filling it. On the left side of the tree I have to show a light shade. So there is brown and yellow ochre which I will use. So when we do this, then we have to keep in mind the the whole drawing has got a lighting effect. Lighting effect, by lighting effect I means the whole drawing is having a setting of light, and the light is early morning or it is at dusk where the colors are very faded, so nothing will be shown in detail. But yes, some areas will have some detail. The things which are closer to our eyes will be shown with some detail. So just see, there is not too much detailing done, but how are you liking it? The effect is coming out, so please comment. And if you are watching the video, you can definitely try out what you are seeing. And if you want any guidance, you can send the work on email. And I am guiding, people are taking help. There are some people who have connected on Instagram, there's some people who have connected on through email, they interact through the email. Some of them are directly in contact. So now varying shapes of tree. There are small trees and big trees with different branches. Now here I have to add some leaves. So the darker part of the leaves I am doing first, and then over that lighter part of the leaf with so the whole drawing is coming out without too much use of color. Now let's add some yellow. The upper side of the leaves which is facing light, there I am adding yellow, and now vary the shades. The brown will be mixed with little bit of green. The trees which are far away, their depth will be shown. And in between the areas which I had painted for the ground, I will use the brown and very less color and just give it some areas with strokes of dark brown with blue. This is to give the effect of variation of color. Now here is the drawing. There is not too much color, but the drawing is fast. You can see that the drawing is almost completed. I can add more, but the effect of so hope you have enjoyed it, and I will wait for your work and for any guidance if I can do. So try this a simple landscape, a forest scene, and see you in the next session. Stay connected with us and please subscribe the channel so that you don't miss out on our update, and I will be happy to have you as my friend and art colleague. So till we meet, goodbye and take care.